Hello students. Students, today we are going to start cost sheet. What are the basic of cost sheet? Today we will discuss all about the cost sheet, how it is prepared, what are the basic things for a cost sheet is needed. If we are able to understand about the cost sheet, then whole the syllabus of costing is very easier. If we are able, if all the able to understand the meaning of cost sheet and how the cost sheet is prepared, how the cost sheet is prepared, if we are able to understand it, then the whole costing syllabus is covered. Students, in the notes of the cost sheet, I include all the things like how the cost sheet is prepared and one more example for total cost sheet and some type of MCQ also included. So students, first of all we are start from the cost sheet, how it is prepared. First of all, some basic things we have to learn. Which type of basic things? Just look at. I am giving you an example, simple and basic example. If you are able to understand this example, then costing getting very easier. Like, just take an example. You want to, just a second. You want to stitch a shirt. You want to stitch a shirt. Okay. For the shirt, you need some material. If you want to stitch a shirt of cotton, linen, lots of material are available. We are stitching a shirt of cotton. So tell me at first time where you go. When you want to stitch the shirt, then you need a tailor. So firstly you go to a tailor. Tailor name is Rohit. Tailor name is Rohit Tailors. And you ask them that I want a shirt. Then he told you, you give the reply that go and bring 3 meter cotton. Go and bring 3 meter cotton. Okay. You go to the market and from the one cloth store you bring 3 meter cloth, not cotton, cotton cloth. You bring some type of cotton cloth and again back to the Rohit tailors. Give to him. Now tell me a thing. By the help of a shirt, by the help of a cotton cloth, can a shirt stitched? No. There is a need of some type of other material like thread you need. You need some type of buttons. But think about it that tailor asks you to bring only cotton cloth, nothing else. So you ask the tailor, what is the rate of shirt? What is the rate of shirt? He give the reply that shirt would be around 400. Stitching charges 400. So you asked from him that only cloth is needed. There is a need of the thread also. There is need of button also. Tell me. that how much thread is needed and how much button is needed. Then the tailor told you that we are not aware about it, that how much thread needed in a stitching of a shirt, how many buttons are needed, we don't know. We just bring some type of a full packet of thread, full packet of thread, and how much in a shirt we don't know. But I can say that the tailor said that we can say that by one reel of thread we are stitching 5 shirts. Now tell me a thing. If a tailor is unable to tell you that how much thread is needed before stitching the shirt, means it is not easily estimated. It is not easily estimated. So, for producing any type of product, there is a need of two type of things. For stitching any, for producing any goods, or for stitching a shirt, for furniture, everything you need two type of things. That is for cost, for the calculation of cost. Cost is divided into two parts. Cost is divided into two parts. These parts are: one is direct cost, one is, just a second, one is direct and one is indirect. Direct cost are those costs which is very easily, direct cost is that cost which are very easily calculated, which can be identified, which can be identified, which can be identified on single unit. Indirect, which cannot be, which cannot be easily identified. Okay, so in producing any type of material, two costs are included. One is direct and other is indirect. Direct costs further also divided into three parts: A, B and C. A, direct material, direct labor and direct expenses. Here, indirect also divided in three parts: indirect material, indirect labor, indirect expenses. For stitching a shirt, cloth is a direct material, but the thread and buttons are the indirect material. Amount charged by the tailor is the example of direct labor, but amount charged by the iron man who is working with the tailor is the indirect labor. Okay, the, and just like some type of expenses which are easily identifiable, that is direct expenses, but which are not easily identified, these are indirect expenses. the total of all the type of direct expenses are regarded as prime cost, are regarded as prime cost, and the total of all the type of indirect expenses are regarded as overheads. These are regarded as, just a second. Just I'm inserting a pen. All the type of indirect expenses, indirect cost are regarded as overheads. Clear? The total of all the type of The total of all the type of indirect expenses are regarded as overhead, and total of all the type of direct cost are regarded as prime cost. A company's a company's overhead further also classified into different categories. A company's overheads also classified in different categories, and these are as under, just a second, these are as under: first, factory overhead; second, factory overheads; second, selling office overheads; just a second, office overheads; and last is selling overheads. Okay, factory overhead, just putting into the proper shape, not working. Selling, office, and the factory. Okay, here factory also classified into three different categories: factory indirect material, factory indirect labor, factory indirect expenses. Same for office and same for selling. So in a cost sheet of any type of organization, we includes four things, that is prime cost, factory cost, office and administration, selling and distribution. Here I enclose all the type of expenses which are included, all the type of expenses which are included in the cost sheet. And just look at here how the cost sheet is prepared. Look at here. Format of cost sheet. First of all, direct material consumed. How much material you consumed during an year is regarded as direct material. How much material you consumed during the entire year. How much material you consumed during the year. Then it is regarded as direct material. How it is calculated? Just write the formula. First, opening stock plus purchase during the year minus closing stock. By this we calculate the material consumed during the year. Okay. Now, in direct material, we included direct labor and the direct expenses. Then it is regarded as the prime cost. Okay. Now, how many things included in material, labor and expenses? These are as under, look at here. Directly given. Okay. Next. In the prime cost, we are adding factory and work overhead, factory overheads or overheads which are related the works. It is regarded as gross factory cost. Then we will add opening work in progress less closing work in progress. Then we arise at a point of factory cost. Now, how many items are included in factory? It is encloses by the footnote at the end of this cost sheet. Okay. Now, I'm also writing here first direct material, direct labor, direct expenses. The total is regarded as prime cost. Then here we add all the type of factory cost, opening work in progress, less closing work in progress. Then we arise at a point of factory cost. It is also regarded as work cost. In this we will add all the type of office and administration overhead, quality control cost, research and development cost, credit any type of, if we are producing any product and any type of scrap is done, then if we are selling that, then the cost will be lesser. So this is the credit recovery by sale of the product. Then total is regarded as cost of production. In the cost of production we add opening finished goods less closing finished stock. Then we arise at a point of cost of produce goods sold. We are adding all the type of selling expenses, adding packaging cost, and thereafter we will add profit. Then it is regarded as total cost, and this is thereafter sales value would be there. Okay, this are simple four things, a simple format of cost sheet just like that. It is the overall, but what you have to do, right? Direct material, direct labor, direct labor, direct expenses, then we will get prime cost. Now add all the type of factory expenses or factory overheads. Then we will arise at a point of cost of production. Cost of production. In this we will add all the type of office overhead, add opening stock of finished goods less closing stock of finished goods, closing stock of finished goods. Then we arise at a point of cost of production, cost of production of goods sold, of goods sold. In this we will add all the type of selling expenses. Then is there a cost of sales, add profit, then it is a total sales. Cost of sale is regarded as total cost. Okay, just format we have to learn it. Now, how many things included in the factory cost or factory overhead? How many things included in the finished goods? How many things we will include in the office and administration and selling and distribution. Just here I enclose it. Look at here. Factory overhead. Factory overhead are those expenses which are incurred in the factory during the course of production. At the time of production, anything. It is a course of production. PRODUCT. Okay. These are also known as when we are producing any goods. Then in a production of a goods, first thing, raw material is converted into finished goods. Finished goods sale in the market, thereafter sale. When the raw material sale in the converted into finished goods, we need some type of factory for producing the goods. All the expenses which are related with the factory are regarded as factory overhead. It is also known as manufacturing expenses, work expenses, and production overhead. In this, we will include, as I told you earlier, indirect material, indirect labor, and indirect expenses. By the examiner, one question may be asked: what type of indirect material in a factory, indirect labor? For example, two or three examples, like any type of grease or oil for the, like in a type of machinery industry, then grease, oil, lubricants, cotton waste, small tools, factory की printing and stationery. Indirect labor, salary of factory manager, salary of storekeeper, wages of sweeper and all. Thereafter, in indirect expenses, we will include rent of factory building, insurance of factory building, any type of taxes paid regarding the factory building, and any type of experimental expenses we will include. Then there's a list of items I will included, like power and fuel, heating and lighting, workers canteens. By the examiner, one question may be asked that what things we include in the factory expenses. So you no need to learn all the expenses, just use your mind. Anything which are related with the factory. Now question arises in your mind that, sir, how can we understand that it is related with the factory? So use your again a common mind that when we converting raw material into finished goods, we need a factory. Now rent of factory, power, heating, lighting, factory telephone charges, repairs of machinery, powerhouse expenses, these all are included. Workers related expenses, these all are related with the factory. So these included in the factory overhead. Thereafter, office overhead, office and administration overhead. Office and administration overhead refers to cost of formulating the policy, directing the organization and controlling the operation of undertaking. Now the office and administration expenses, like when the finished goods, when raw material converted into finished goods, then it kept in the go down. Okay. Now material in the go down now. Okay, now you want to sell in the different type of market. Okay, now you want to record all the things, you want to record some type of things, like you are making some type of list that department number 1, department number 2, department number 3 needed these things. Then in the office there's a calling department who is calling to at the different offices, then purchase our material. So these all things done in the office, and the expenses after production of goods, after producing goods. Now expenses done at the office level, and the expenses which are done at the office level are regarded as office and administration. Right now from my office I am teaching you, then I am using the assets of the offices. I am use the electricity of office, right? So these are not related with the factory, these are related with my office. So it charge in the office and administration. Okay, the petition of management and administration of the business enterprises. Office administration consists indirect material, again indirect labor and indirect expenses. I am using notes. If I use the printouts, then all the type of printouts, pen and paper used in the office, these are the indirect material. Just I again enclose the list of indirect material like duster, office printing and stationery. Indirect labor, I want to check my accounts, then there is a need of audit fees, counting house salary. Directors are there who taking the major decisions which type of product I have to produce. These are decided by the directors of the company. So fees of the directors, salary to the public relation officer, salary to the manager, clerk, legal advisor, accountant, these all are included in it. Now indirect expenses related to bank, depreciation of office premises and furnitures. I'm using the machinery of office, legal charges, office rent, postage, telegram. All the type of expenses which are linked with the office are regarded as office expenses. Okay. Now, thereafter, selling expenses. In the office, you decide. In the office, you decide you want to sell in the market of Jaipur, market of Mumbai, thereafter, market of Pune, Delhi, Gujarat. Decided. Now, one employee, one of your employee go in each department. One here, one here, one here. For 5 persons goes there, which for what they are going for, selling the product. Now the salary of this particular person, you are also give him some type of commission, you also give type of a packaging amount. Then if the product is ready, now you want to package in the different type of packets. Okay, so these all items, like all the traveling expenses, the selling manager charging you commission, the salesman charging salary, he is using the mobile phone, he is using the motor vehicle of office for selling the product. There is a delivery van who is used by the drivers for delivery the goods. So these all expenses are related with the sales. So these all are charged in the selling and distribution. These overhead refer to marketing, also related to expenses incurred on the marketing of the product, securing the orders, dispatching the goods, and making effort to find the retain the customers. Again, there's an indirect material, catalogs you need, material used in the packaging, printing and stationery, price list. Now indirect labor, we will include commission on of the salesman, salary of salesmen, wages and pickers of pen drivers, and all the things. Now indirect expenses, we will include advertisement, after sales services, bad debts, carriage outward, depreciation on delivery van, loss of stock. These all are related with the selling and distribution. Okay, just a quick revision. Look at here. By adding all the type of direct costs, by adding all the type of direct cost, we will get prime cost. When in the prime cost, we are adding factory overhead, adding opening work in progress, less closing work in progress, then it is cost of production. When in this, we will add all the type of office and administration, adding opening finished goods, less closing finished goods. When we arise at a point of cost of product produce sold. In this we will add all the type of selling expenses. It is regarded as cost of sales. From here I will add profit. We'll add profit, then we arise at a point of sales. Okay, clear? Now, Ishan, I included one question, only a one question for long purpose. Then by this you are able to understand how the cost sheet is prepared. Look at here. Direct material purchase 80,000. Opening stock of direct material 20,000. Direct material closing stock 25,000. Just look at here. We are doing here. Just a second. Here particular. Here amount. Here we write cost sheet. Okay. First of all, we write direct material. Just a second. Direct material. How much material we used? Look at here. Here, direct material purchase given 80,000, opening stock 20,000, closing stock 25,000. As I told you earlier, in opening stock, add purchase minus closing stock. By the help of this, we will get a material consumed. Same thing. 80 and 20, 1 lakh. From 1 lakh, we will deduct 25,000. Then we will arise at a point. How much direct material we will use? 75,000. Now we will include all the type of direct wages or direct labor. Now look in the question. Here direct wages is given productive wages. It is a part of production. So it is a direct expense, direct labor 20 and direct expenses 5,000. Okay. Again there is a consumable store also given. But the consumable store is the part of office. So we don't include in the direct. Here we will include only these two, 22,000 and 5,000. So write it here. Direct labor, how much? 22, direct expenses 5. Add 22,000. Direct expenses 5,000. By adding this, we will arise at the point of prime cost. It is regarded as prime cost, that is 75, 80, 1 lakh 2,000. How much? 1 lakh 2,000. Now in this we will add all the type of factory expenses. We were adding now all the type of factory overheads. Look at here. Just second. I'm getting this table to downside because all the type of factory expenses is the downside. So look at here. Consumable stores 4,000. Factory manager 15,000. 7,000 it is unproductive wages, it is also part of factory expenses, and 12,000 again given for factory in the total. 12 and 7 19, 19 and 15 34, 34 and 4 38, 19 34 38. So here we write 38,000. When in prime cost we will add a factory overhead, yeah, another we have to add opening work in progress material which is produced but it is not totally produced. From here we have to deduct all the type of closing work in progress. Just check it. Work in progress opening stock 13,000 is given, closing stock 7,000 is given. Add 13,000 less 7,000, so we will arise at point factory cost. At where? Factory cost. Okay, now we have to add. Factory cost is also regarded as work cost. Need to understand, need to learn. It is work cost. Okay, 1 lakh 2, 38, 140, 140 and 13, 153, 153, 71, 46. Now in this we will add all the type of office expenses, all the type of office overheads. Again I'm moving further this whole table. Just look at here. Need to move downstairs. Look at here. All the type of office expenses is given 28,000. Write it directly. And opening stock of finished goods also given. Closing stock of finished goods also given. You just have to write it. Office overhead 22,000. Added. Add opening stock of finished goods less closing stock of finished goods. Look at here. It is 28,000. Sorry by for mistake. Now 5,000 and 10,000. 5,000 and 10,000. By this, we will arise at a point of cost of product sold. By this, we will get cost of product sold. How much? Just add 146 and 23. 66, 169. Okay. Now in this, just I'm increasing the performer. In this, we have to add all the type of selling expenses Now look the selling expenses where it is. These are 33,000. Add this. It is regarded as cost of sale. That is 1,92,000. Sorry, 2,02,000. That is 2,02,000. In the question, profit is also given that there is a profit 20%. So add the profit 20%. Add profit. How much? 20%. Approximate 40,400. 40,400 we will get value of sales. That is 2,42,400. So by the help of this we'll get the value of sales. Okay, look at here. 1,02,000 right, 140 right, 146 correct, 174, 2 lakh. Just a second, some issues there. Okay, look at here. Total 2,42,400. Okay, in this PDF, I'll include all the things. Now we are going to do all the type of MCQ questions which are related with the cost sheet. Look at here. Some theory and some practical also this. In this we'll include all the, like in first lecture of costing, second lecture of costing, I told you about the all the type of cost also we included there. So in this we will include all the things, all the MCQ which are related with the cost, introduction, type of cost, and cost sheet practicals. Okay, look at here. Okay, students. So we are going to start some objective questions. Look at here. Listen very, very carefully. Which of these is not an objective of cost accounting? Ascertainment of cost is the part. Determination of selling price is also the part. Cost control and cost reduction. Assisting shareholder in decision making. So it is not the objective of cost accounting. A profit center where we discuss about the profit, where the manager has the responsibility to generating and maximizing the profit. Yes, it is correct. Which is concerned with the earning an adequate return on investment, it is also correct. So both of the above, yes, this is the answer. Both of the above is the correct answer. Responsibility center, different type of responsibility center, like cost center, profit center, investment center, sales center, revenue center. So cost and center only no, profit center only no, investment center only no. Cost center, profit center, investment center, it is a correct answer. Cost unit is defined. Cost unit defined us about the how the product is produced and what is the unit cost of a particular product. Unit of quantity of product, service, or time in relation of which cost may be ascertained, expressed. A location, person, or an item of equipment of a group of these costs are ascertained and used in the cost control center, having the responsibility of generating and maximizing the profit. Cost concerned with the earning an adequate return on investment. So it is a cost of unit may be ascertained and expressed. Fixed cost is a cost. Listen very, very carefully. Fixed cost we discussed about in earlier classes. Which changes the total proportion to change in the output? No. Which is partly fixed, partly variable? No, it is a character of the semi-variable. Which do not change in total during a given period, display will change in output? No. Which remains same for each unit of output? Yes, it is the correct answer. Uncontrollable costs are the cost which be influenced by the action of a specified member of an undertaking. Under uncontrollable cost is not controlled, so cannot be controlled. Answer. Element of cost. We discuss right now in this lecture. We discuss in a cost there is a material, there is a labor, there is expenses, either direct or either indirect. So the answer is here: material, labor, and expenses. Abnormal cost is the cost normally incurred at a given level of output. No. Cost not normally incurred at a given level of output. No. Cost which is charged to the customer. Cost which is included in the cost of product. So cost not normally incurred at a given level of output. Now, conversion cost includes cost of converting raw material work in progress, raw material finished goods, work in progress finished goods and sellable. Tell me fast, what is the answer? Quickly think it. Yes, tell me. Conversion cost includes cost of converting into raw material into work in progress, raw material into finished goods, work in progress into finished goods, and finished goods or sellable goods. Think it, and tell me the answer. What is the answer? Fastly. The answer is raw material and the finished goods. Sunk cost are, which is sunk, which is not relevant for decision making. Tell me, answer correct or not? Question number 10. Think it. It is not relevant for decision making. Sunk cost, which is done like you purchase a goods, write it because it is very important. Sunk cost. It is included in earlier PDF also. Look, you purchase a machine for 10 lakh, which is useful for 5 years. Now use it for 3 years. Now remaining life only 2 years. So depreciation, 10 lakh divided by 5, that is 2 lakh every year. 2 lakh into 3, 6 lakh. So this 6 lakh is regarded as the sunk cost. Okay, now next question. Describe the method of costing to be applied in case of nursing home. Nursing home, think it. In a nursing home, what things we done? Services. In nursing home, we will provide different type of services. In services, we will use operating costing. Okay, patients are treated, so it is providing services, service costing or operating costing. Describe the cost unit applicable to the bicycle industry. Per part of bicycle, per bicycle, per ton, per day. Think it. Obviously, per bicycle. Calculate the prime cost from the following. Very easy question is there. Listen very carefully. Direct material purchase 1 lakh. Direct material consumed 90,000. We don't know about the we don't need to include direct material purchase. We need to include only direct material consumed, direct labor, direct expenses. All the type of expenses of direct are regarded as prime cost. So 90, 60 and 20. How much? 90, 60 and 20. 180, 170. So what is the answer? Tell me fast. Answer is 170. Okay. Total cost of product 10,000. Profit 25% on sale price. So what is the profit? Profit is 2,000. Are you able to calculate or not? Think it. Wrong answer is that. Answer is 3,333. How? Look at here. Calculate. Calculation. Cost is given. So we are supposing not cost. Sale price is 100. Profit 25%. From sale price, when we deduct profit, then we will get cost. Then cost is 75. If if cost 25, then just a second. If profit 25, then sales, not sales. Then just a second. I'm explaining it again. We have sales 100. Why we are assuming sales? Because profit percent is given on sales. Profit 25, then cost. In the sales, when we deduct profit, then we'll get cost 75. We need to calculate profit. If profit 25, cost 75. Okay. If cost is given 10,000, then profit is 25 upon 75. That is 3,333. Okay. Question number 15. Calculate cost of sales. Net work cost. Work cost is given directly. Work cost 2 lakh. In work cost, we always add office cost, that is 1 lakh. Now in the question there is given opening stock of work in progress and closing stock of work in progress. Listen very carefully. In a net work cost, work in progress always added. Opening stock always added and closing stock always deducted. So don't need to include it. In this we will include, when in work cost we include operating, which type of cost? Office administration cost. Then it is regarded as cost of production. Cost of production, that is 3 lakh. Now we have to add all the type of selling expenses, that is 10,000. Add opening stock of finished goods less closing stock of finished goods. Then we will get cost of sales. Now selling over at 20,000 and closing stock of finished goods 30,000. So we will deduct it. 3 lakh 10, 3 lakh 10 and minus 30, that is 2 lakh 80,000. So answer is 2 lakh 80,000. Okay, question number 16. Calculate value of closing stock from the following. Opening stock of finished goods 500 units 2,000. Cost of production 10,000 units 50,000. Closing stock 1,000. Now calculate the cost. Think it. Opening stock always added, closing stock always deducted. So 50,000 and 52,000. It is the cost of 10,500 units. It is the cost of 10,500 units. Multiply by 1,000 because we need the cost of 1,000 units. Okay, just calculate it. How much amount it's here. Answer is around 5,000. Round figure answer is there. So answer around 5,000. If cost of goods sold 40,000, gross profit 20% on sales. Same question. What you have to do? 40,000 multiply by 20 divide by 100 minus 20. When cost of goods sold is given, you need to calculate profit and the percentage given on sales. Listen very carefully, I am writing it. If cost is given, percentage on sale is given. For calculation of profit, what you have to do? Cost multiply by percentage divide by 100 minus percentage. Okay, one second important thing you have to note. Now sales is given, percentage on cost is given. For calculation of profit, what you have to do? Sales multiply by percentage divide by 100 plus percentage. Here cost is given and percentage given on sale, so we have to 40,000 multiply by 20 upon 100 minus 20. Calculate it fastly. 10,000 is the answer. LG has incurred material cost 60,000. It incurred 35,000 for labor and 70,000 for factory overhead. Calculate it. There is given material, then there is given labor. Material 60,000, labor 35,000. So it is regarded as prime cost because direct expenses is not given. 95,000. Add factory overhead. Factory overhead 70,000 is given. Total 1,65,000. Ending with the 7,500 units were completed and transferred. What is the unit cost per material? Divide by 7,500. Just calculate it. 25, 550, 22 is the correct answer. Next question. Cost of goods 40,000, advertisement expenses 1,000, discount on sale 50% of advertisement. Find out the cost of sale. Simple. 40,000 add 1,000, discount 50%. So 1,000 minus 500, total 40,500. 40,500, nothing is given, so none of these answer. If the prime cost is 80,000, direct material 40% of prime cost. So you have to calculate direct labor. We know that direct material, direct labor is regarded as prime cost. If it is 40%, then it is 60% obviously. So 80,000 multiply by 60%, that is 48,000. So answer is 48,000. Clear? Gross factory cost 58,000, net factory cost 54,000. Now, what is the relation of gross factory cost and net? Gross factory cost, add opening work in progress less closing work in progress. Gross factory cost 58,000. Net, then in last we will get net factory cost. It is given 54,000. Here it is 8,000 is given. It is not given. So 66,000 minus closing equals to 54,000. Closing goes there. It is here. So from 66 we have to deduct 54. That is 12,000. So closing is 12,000. Another important question. Prime cost 68,500. Direct labor cost consists of skilled labor 11,250 and unskilled labor 4,750. Variable work overhead 100% of direct wages. 100% of direct wages. Fixed overhead is 70% of direct wages. Sale of scrap is 3,500. Find out the work cost. Okay. Prime cost equals to 68,500. Now we have to add all the type of factory cost. In this given, two things is given: fixed and variable work overhead. So write it. A. Fixed variable cost. It is 70% of direct wages. So direct wages how much? 11,250 plus 4,750. 16,000. 16,000 70%. Calculate. 60,000 multiply by 70%. 11,200. So it is 11,200. B. We have to take variable factory cost, that is 100% is given. So it is 16,000. Okay. Make a total. 84 and 11. 95,200. Calculate it fastly. Okay. 3,500 sale of scrap. So it is 95,700 minus 3,500. So 92,200. Okay. Sale of scrap always deducted. Same question we have just completed previously. Answer is none of these. This question is very important in all the type of exam of CA, CMA, BCom which are related to the costing. This question is asked again and again. Same question but different things may be asked by the examiner. Just look at here. Direct wages 2,05,000. Changing the marker. If the ratio between direct wages and factory cost is 5:3, calculate factory cost. How would you calculate it? Think it. Very quickly you have to think it. You have to find factory cost. Listen. There is direct wages divide by factory cost. Ratio is 5 divided by 3. Okay, direct wages given 2,05,000, but factory cost was not given, so it is 5 divided by 3. Just cross multiply. 2,05,000 multiply by 3 divided by 5. So answer is 1,23,000. Very easy question. Calculate the prime cost. Okay, direct material purchase. We don't need consumed 60, 20. 9 and 15 and 20, 70. Repeated question. Again, repeated question. 10,000, 25% on selling price, that is 333. Same question again. Same question again. This answer is around 5,000. Okay, students. So here we completed cost sheets totally and lots of questions related with the cost sheet. In the next lecture, we will include material cost. Thank you all.